Hi Brads, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm turning my cousin Veronica into her Pinterest mood board for her birthday. So if you're watching this, go ahead and drop a happy birthday in the comments to Veronica. But if you're ready, then let's go ahead and get started with this look. So y'all know Veronica got dreads, locks. This not the first video I did with her. I don't know who sent her, but that's what she did to herself. Sooner or later, I'm not gonna know how to get these things flat. But for today, all I did was spritz her hairline back, and I used the blow dryer in order to bring her real hairline back and to mold it backwards so that when I lay the glue down, her real hair is not getting caught up in no messy glue. In order to get her locks flat, all I do is bring it very low and I hold it as if I'm finna put it in a ponytail at the nape of her neck, and then I grab the stocking cap. This came with her wig package. She got her wig from Unice. I should have took a picture of what brand cap this was because it's so thin, like so thin you would have thought it was a stocking. But I just put that over the dreads and I didn't do anything special to get the dreads flat. All I just did was push them back. As usual, I cut both of her ears out of the sides of the cap in order to help it lay even flatter before I go in with one layer of glue in order to do my ball cap. The glue that I'm using in this video is the Boho Active. I finally ran out of my Ghost Bond and I'm not going to be rebuying Ghost Bond. So I'm trying something new. I'll let you guys know how I feel about it maybe in another video when I install a wig on myself. But I create little dots along her entire hairline right in front of her natural hair. And then I take my rat tail comb in order to spread and even this layer of glue out. When it dries clear, I cut off the excess cap from in front of her head. I'm applying makeup from a Ruby Kisses palette to the cap. The cap is already pretty thin, pretty sheer, but just to make it blend even better, I'm going in with a makeup color that is her skin tone all over the front of the cap. The back doesn't matter. Before I go back in with my glue in order to lay the wig down, I'm just cleaning in front of her cap with some alcohol on a towel because I couldn't find a washcloth. And yeah, then I go ahead with glue. I dot it the same way I dotted it to apply the ball cap. And I'm going to go in with 4 layers of glue, but I only show you guys one just so this video won't be too long. Now I'm applying the wig. I plucked it and I bleached the knots off camera, but I do have those separate videos already on my channel if you're interested to know how I do that. I don't like this wig because I hate when companies send people wigs that are 2 inches on the side but it goes deep like a real frontal in the middle. How do you know I don't want a deep side part? How do you know I don't want a ponytail, which is what I needed to do for this video, and it made my life harder. I hate wigs like that. If y'all gonna order wigs from these companies, make sure that they are full frontals, not the frontals that just have a little bit of space on the side. Okay, so obviously what I'm doing here is using this even spray to spray her entire hairline before I tie the wig down, but don't do that. Put the glue down, lay the wig in the glue, tie it down, take the band off, cut the excess lace off, and then you can go ahead and spray the hairline with even, it got to be whatever. Retie it back down, and then it'll melt. But because I sprayed this before I cut off the lace, I felt like it left a white cast that probably would have been there anyway, because I didn't put any makeup on the bottom of this wig because I wanted to see if it would blend well on its own first. But I just felt like it made the white cast more pronounced and harder to melt, which is usually never the case. So don't spray it down before you tie it down the first time, after you just now laid it in the glue. Spray it down after you already cut off the excess lace, which is what I'm doing now. And I'm having to peel some of it off her skin because that even spray, I guess is, I don't know, I guess is really strong. So I already told you why I feel like that white cast was still there, but here I am spraying the hairline again with the even, just so that I can melt that white cast down. I tie it down and let her blow dry it, but I feel like I like Got To Be or Spritz better for this reason. I need to try the even again to see like what's up, do it the right way to see what's up with it, but I don't know, I feel like Got To Be melts lace better for now. But when I took the band off after I let it blow dry for like 10 minutes, I went ahead and I gave her like a C-shaped curved part on the side, because y'all know we got to do like a little swoop. After I hot combed the side of the part, I went ahead and I parted out the hair that I'm going to be using for my swoop. Now I'm sectioning out the hair that I'm going to be using as baby hair. I'm going to do 2 baby hair on this side and just 1 swoop of baby hair on the other side, because the swoop is going to be covering majority of the lace. So usually when I'm doing a ponytail, I would leave a little small section of hair from the lace to cover the tracks in the back, but you see me parting and parting, and I'm parting through tracks. This is not lace that I'm parting through, so I literally had 2 inches of lace in order to work with, in order to pick up this ponytail, because all back there was tracks. So I just formed a ponytail in a way so that the tracks in the back wouldn't show, but girl, it was a headache. Look at the tail of the ponytail that's in my hands. Look how much hair that is. That's because the lace has no hair on the sides. You companies need to stop bamboozling these people into buying these wigs thinking they buying a 13x6 frontal and it's only 6 inches deep in the middle. Anyways, I am curling and cutting the baby hair. I'm not going into much detail on baby hair in this video because I do have a separate baby hair tutorial. I can't go into too much detail of baby hair in this video regardless because I lost the footage. But what I did was form the baby hair with mousse. I tied it down and let it blow dry. And when I took the band off, I combed the baby hair out. And then I formed them again with the even spray so that they wouldn't be fluffy, because she doesn't know how to form her baby hair on her own daily anyways. So I gave her baby hair that would last. Here she's blowing down the baby hair like I told you I had her do, and I'm just trying to get this ponytail together. I don't know if I like this even spray. I don't know if I like it. I'm trying to use it in order to mold the ponytail down, but I feel like the spray is drying quicker than I could actually mold the ponytail quicker than I could get the hair neat, like quicker than I could comb it into place. It's already dry. And I don't even have a blow dryer to it really. So I don't know if I like the even spray. I gotta keep trying it, but I don't know if I like it. After I got the ponytail together, I combed out the mousse from the baby hair like I told you I did. And then I cut a little bit off some more because they were too long. And then I reshaped them with the even spray. I put the even spray directly on the edges brush. Look how quickly the even spray is drying. It's already dry. I don't have her holding a blow dryer to it. I literally sprayed the bristles of this edges brush with even, and then I tried to form it, and the hair is already stiff. It don't give me no time. If you're a fluffy baby hair kind of girl, use mousse and then comb it out just like this, and it's still going to be in the direction that you molded it with the mousse, but it's going to be soft. But that's for girls who know how to maintain their own wigs. That is not for most people. So I combed out the mousse, and then I sprayed it with even, the brush, and then I molded it. Look how fast the even already got the baby hair stiff. Do you see how fast? Like, I don't know if I like this spray. Thanks be to Jesus, I had her buy some pack hair from the hair store. She got a pack of sensual to add to her ponytail, or else the ponytail would have looked hungry with the 2 inches of lace the unice gave her on the side of her frontal. Can you believe it? So I just got some bonding glue, and I'm literally wrapping a pack of hair around this ponytail to give it some volume. Before I start molding my swoop into place, I made sure that I hot combed the swoop in between the hair very well, and I was not even gonna play with that even. I see the even like to dry after 2 seconds after I just sprayed it onto hair. I was not even gonna play with that even for this swoop, because I need to take my time to make sure that the swoop is going in the direction it need to go in before it dries. So in order to swoop this, I used Got To Be. I swooped it and I tucked it behind her ear. I lost the clip, or I didn't take the clip. I'm not sure what happened. But in order to get the swoop to stay in place, I took a piece of hair from the back of her wig along with the tail of the swoop, and I tied them together in a rubber band. And you cannot tell that there's a tiny ponytail in the back of her head. That's actually keeping this swoop in place. I went in off camera and I flat ironed all of the hair, but the very tips, she wanted them flipped upwards. So I used Got To Be or Spritz, whichever was closest to me at the section that I was on at the time. And I flipped the very tips of the hair upwards in order to get that desired style that she wanted. If I was you and you were doing this hairstyle, I would use a smaller flat iron than the one that I was using. It still worked, yes, but I would still use a smaller flat iron if I was you. This hairstyle is looking very cute, even though it gave me a time, okay? I want to know what Veronica talking about. We be talking about all different type of stuff in these hours that we be together doing her hair and makeup. Oh my god. But I made her go get up to look at it and make sure she didn't want me to cut nothing like shorter, because the inspo picture was kind of shoulder length, but she liked it like this. So this was the hair portion. That's all we did to accomplish the hair. I know it was kind of all over the place, I'm sorry, but we finna transition. We're gonna start doing her makeup in a second. I had to do her makeup real fast because she had to go to some Halloween party or something like that. But I primed her face with the Power Grip Elf primer, and I put that everywhere except for on top of her eyelids or underneath her eyelids. And then I went in with the foundation. I used the Maybelline Fit Me, and I think I mixed 355 with 335, and I got that all over her face except for on top of her eyelids, and I'm not too much concerned with directly under her eyes either. Next, I went in with some concealer with this angle brush. Usually I'll place the concealer with like a small concealer brush everywhere on the face and then blend it out with the brush. But I was just picking up this concealer with the brush and then like splatting it on her face because I told you we was in a rush. But after I got the concealer in the general areas of the face that I needed them to be in, I got a damp beauty blender and I blended that out. And I also added one more layer of the same shade with the beauty blender instead of the brush, and I blended it out completely. I dragged excess product under her nose, on top of her lips, and I also added the product to her chin and her forehead. When I was done blending that concealer out, I got the foundation brush that I was using and I blended out the edges of the concealer all over her face. If you've seen my makeup tutorials before, then you know I usually paint the product in the area that I need it to be in, and then I go in with a brush and blend it out. But like I said, we was trying to beat the clock. So I'm taking the foundation stick, I'm picking up the product from the foundation stick with the brush, and I'm applying it to her cheekbones, to her forehead, and to her jawline. I didn't add any additional concealer. I'm just using my beauty blender to blend what is already there and to blend the bronzer shade that I just added more seamlessly together, and I did that underneath both eyes. I have no clue what has gotten into this girl. I guess maybe after you highlight and contour, that's the part when people start feeling themselves. But after that, I went ahead and I popped some blush onto her cheeks. And I actually bought this blush a little bit onto her temple area. So I kind of formed like a C shape with the blush. And as usual, yes, I'm gonna overdo the blush. That's how you know you got on just enough. I blended out underneath her eyes one more time because I was getting ready to set it with powder, so I just wanted to make sure everything was blended without creases. And then I set it, of course, with Miss Laura Mercier. I didn't bake, I just pressed the powder completely into her skin until you could barely tell that I have powder under her eyes. This is why I can't be rushed. This is why I can't be moving too fast, because why I forgot to contour her nose. I usually would have done that before I added any powder to somebody's face, but I've been doing Veronica's face literally for the past 5 years. I could do it while I'm asleep, so it wasn't a big deal. I just went ahead and contoured her nose once I realized that I didn't. Once I was setting her chin with the powder, I noticed I didn't contour her nose, so I also just didn't powder her forehead. So I'm cleaning the center of her nose with some concealer to make sure that I'm not closing the nose too much. But I am eventually going to go back and set the forehead and the nose. Right now, I'm just blending out that nose contour that I just added. Up until now, her eyelids had no product on it. Even the eyelid on the right, that is her skin tone because I didn't add any foundation, any concealer. Most of us black girls, I don't know about white girls, but most of us black girls have a pretty nice and even shade of brown on top of our eyes that we could already use as our eyeshadow base if you want like a nice brown neutral smoky eye. All I did was take the same bronzer that I contour her nose and cheeks with, that foundation stick, and I'm using this brush to run that shade over her eyes to more bring out the color that she already has on top of her eyelids. That's already her skin color. And in order to set that bronzer, since it's a creamy product, I don't want it to be shiny, I don't want it to move throughout her night, I went over that with an eyeshadow that best matched that color, which is the color of her regular skin anyways. So that's a little hack I guess you can use if you don't want to do a full eyeshadow look but you still want that pretty neutral brown on top of your eyes. Use your regular eye color, find a bronzer stick that's that same color, and find an eyeshadow that's the same color of that, and then it'll be just an easy eye look. But now I'm setting the rest of her face. I'm confused how I set underneath the eyes, the chin, and then I did the contour, and then I did the eyes. Now I'm setting the rest of her skin, but the middle of her forehead is still not set with no Laura Mercier powder. This is why I don't rush. I just be all over the place, but it all came together. I'm setting the forehead now, and I use whatever excess that was on the beauty blender to set her nose as well. I never really include clips of me adding eyelashes because my hands usually are blocking, but if somebody wanted to see how I put on eyelashes, that's how I put on eyelashes. Next, I cleaned up that contour on her cheekbones with some more Laura Mercier powder on my beauty blender, and I did the same thing to both sides, of course. I don't know what horror story I'm telling Veronica, but her facial expressions be sending me, because girl, what am I talking about? After I cleaned up her cheekbones, I just added some bronzer powder onto the areas where I added the cream bronzer just to make her cheeks pop out even more. I also added this bronzer powder to her forehead, and then I added some blush powder to her cheeks to make that cream blush that I put pop out even more. I used the pressed powder that's closest to her skin tone, and I swept away that translucent powder from underneath her cheeks. And I also use this powder to blend in the under eye area so that the concealer blending into the blush blending into the bronzer is seamless and you can't tell where something starts, where something ends. If she got flash on her, she won't look like a ghost. One thing I love is an engaged audience when I'm telling a story. Look at Veronica. She didn't even blink her eyes. She leaned back. She is appalled by the news that I have for her, okay? But now I'm just using the same eyeshadow that I used on top of her eyes to match that bronzer. And I also paired it with a eyeshadow that was a little bit darker to smoke out her waterline. She recently got her eyebrows laminated, so she really liked that look, so we didn't fill it in. I'm just adding some got to be to her natural brows, and I'm like, Stormy, you look like mommy, baby. I set her face with the MAC Fix Plus, and in order to make sure that her skin is really absorbing the moisture as much as it could, I lightly pressed that in with my beauty blender. I'm lining her lips, and yes, I overlined them a little bit because I just love that look. And I mixed two lipsticks in the center of her lips. I blended it in really well with a small pencil brush, and then I just put some Hair Store clear lip gloss over it. I think I'm starting to become obsessed with mascara. The way this mascara made her eyes pop, I got a new obsession. It's no way. I'm always gonna always now apply too much mascara because that is look-see. Of course, hell yeah, the look looks just fine, just like this. But we're doing her Pinterest mood board for her birthday. And the girl inspiration she sent me had rhinestones. So we're gonna add some rhinestones. And I'm using the white duo lash glue in order to, like, you know, stand as the glue for the rhinestone. And then I just add the rhinestone right on top of where I placed that glue. And oh my god, we was going crazy over it. It looks so cute. I'm like, I gotta put some rhinestones on my own face now, because this is just absolutely no way I'm gonna just let her have the rhinestones to herself. Listen, stop playing crazy, okay? I'm a creative makeup artist now. I do creative looks because I add 3 rhinestones to each eye. To finish this look off, I'm just reflipping the very ends of her hair without any product. And unice, I did not forget about you. I'm still calling the cops, so you might as well go ahead and pack it up for this lace wig that you sent to this girl with 2 inches of lace on each side. But for the innocent bystanders, if you watched this video and you liked it, go ahead and tap the like icon, subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And yeah, gotta go. Bye.